Shalom. I just start off by giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, and salutations to the hopeful elect, just pushing this truth across the four corners of the earth in sincerity, and is teaching in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Right on, I ran into this video on Dave Hodges about how children are being sent to prison if they can't pay a debt. Or their parents can't pay it off. This video caught my attention because, a scripture comes to mind, but, how these, unrighteous decrees, be put on people, but really, be put on, Jake, Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Natives. And, I'd like to go ahead and play the video.
Well, there's very few things in our society that are more corrupt and more troublesome than our prison system. Our private prisons, for example, and I have detailed this on numerous occasions on thecommonsenseshow.com, basically engage in slave labor. They get the inmates out of bed at 3:30 a.m. They pay them 12 cents an hour. If they're sick and unable to work, they extend their sentences without judicial order, which is highly unconstitutional. I could go on, and of course, at the heart of it all is the Bush family. They're the biggest, let's say, investors, if you will, into the private prison system. But the prison system has really taken a whole new turn that just makes the previous corruption identified pale in comparison. What I have discovered from a new report entitled Debtor's Prison for Kids, the High Cost of Fines and Fees in the Juvenile Justice System. This organization goes on to talk about that many states are incarcerating poor children whose families can't afford to pay juvenile court fees and fines. And this report came out this previous week. This is so unconstitutional, it's so unethical, and it is so immoral that it is just with great outrage that I bring you this information. The report goes on to disclose the fact that in most states there is a pileup of fees and fines that are imposed on kids once a child enters the juvenile justice system. And some of these kids get locked up in this system for crimes as innocuous as shoplifting. And no, I'm not condoning shoplifting, but we're talking children that make mistakes. And sometimes children without the means financially to erase these mistakes. And we make a good kid who does something wrong go bad because we put him in the system where nothing good comes out of the system. And this is just unbelievable. Well, to go on and talk more about this report, I found that many states impose a monthly fee on families whose children are sentenced to probation. And when the family can't pay the monthly fee, the kids are incarcerated. If children are sentenced to a diversion program or a community-based program, for example, let's say an 11-year-old's caught with marijuana, not dealer's amount, simple possession amount, and they're not lucky enough to be in the 2 states who've legalized pot, these people go to a diversion program. Well, if they can't pay the fees of the diversion program, they're incarcerated. Families in most states must pay for their children's court-ordered tests. So if they're caught with marijuana, for example, or underage drinking with alcohol, the parents are frequently assigned a debt to pay to the court system to pay for their mandatory ordered drug testing. This is just a scam. It's nothing but a scam. And it's a scam designed to separate people from their money, and often they're the people who can least afford to be separated from their money because we're talking the poor. And we're talking about poor minorities in most cases. Yes, kids that are Hispanic, kids that are African American.
So right there, like I said, that's the target, man. It's Jake, Israelites, Negroes, Latinos, and Natives. That's their whole plan, is to put you in prison and work like a slave. They write these unrighteous laws that put you in the prison. So and not just that, but to really just to kill you off for real. You know, that's the elites playing these wicked ass Edomites, man. But I'm gonna play the rest of the video and then I'm going to the scriptures about this.
This is racist and it's inexcusable. Now, a question I have. Here I am sitting here, I'm a conservative, white male Christian, and I'm speaking out on behalf of my brothers and sisters of color who are being taken advantage of by this criminally corrupt system. Where's Hillary Clinton? Why are black people voting for her? Why?
No, start right. Oh, stop right there. Like they said, why the hell y'all voting for Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, man? These motherfuckers don't give a fuck about you. These the same damn crackers that's up in these government official office and at least putting your ass in prison and writing these unrighteous laws to get you caught up and put in jail. You know, but that goes to show you, you know, we don't have a leader. We don't have nobody to help us or redeem us from this wicked ass Edomites, man. But you know, the Lord Yahweh, your Lord Yahweh Shai, He's coming back to redeem the elect of Israel, but not all Israel, because they don't want to turn back to the Lord and His laws and statute of commandments. Because if all Israel turned back, then He would come sooner than expected. You know, He would come sooner. So I'm gonna play the rest of the video.
Why are Latinos voting for her? Where's her voice in this? Where's her outrage in this? Crickets chirping, my friends. She's nowhere to be found. But those of us who sit here and we look at all of humanity as one, and we are all God's children.
I'll just start right there. I'm going to go to the scripture. It's Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. So, you know, you gotta look at that word woe, you know, because they're gonna get payback for what they doing, man, to the children of Israel, the Israelites. You know, they're gonna get it back. Because they wicked as Edomites, wicked as hell, man. But then, like I say, you know, they decree these unrighteous decrees upon people to keep them oppressing Jake and so forth. And I like to get into this word grievousness.
Strong's H 5999. Amal.
And the word is amal. And as getting into grievousness means toil, trouble, labor, trouble, mischief, toil, labor. So that's what they do, man. They write these unrighteous laws so you could labor, be a slave, and work for really nothing, and put you in these prisons. You know, to set you up and put you in these prisons to work for nothing, for real. 12 cents an hour, like the video said. And then if you sick or something, they extend your sentence. So this system is wicked as hell, man. You know, these Edomites gotta go down. That's all, you know. Basically, you know, the Lord got come to take these wicked ass people down. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go to Isaiah 10:2. It's Isaiah 10:2. Turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. So, you know, verse 2, you know, that's what they do, man. They turn aside the needy, man. They don't care. They don't care about Israel, man. They don't care about the Israelites. They just, like, forget them, man. Go ahead, let them be slaves, lock them up. You know, keep writing laws so we just keep them down. And, you know, and they turn aside the poor, the needy, that probably need money, you know. Edomite or Arab or Chinese person, they'll get a big loan before an Israelite get, or even a small loan at that. You know, they'll get one for an Israelite do. You know, they'll turn aside them for getting a loan just cause they're Israelite. They're so-called Negro, Latino, Native. You know, and the widows of the prey turn, and that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. You know, this Israel, cause Israel will widow. We don't have our leader. We don't have our king. You know, all these other countries have their king and leader. We don't. We don't have one. So, and like we fatherless, they rob and rape us and take our stuff. You know, they've been doing it for so long because you know we didn't have no redeemer, didn't have no leader, no king. But you know, when these Edomites was ruling, you know, but Yahweh Shai, he's coming back to redeem Israel, the elect of Israel first, the first fruits. Then you know they're gonna bring back the rest of the nation of Israel. But the elect gonna be bring back the rest of Israel. But hope this was edifying. And again, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the Akim, the hope for lit, just pushing the truth across the four corners of earth in sincerity in his teaching in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And I got and to the Akim and to the elders, apostles, and do it to the end. Shalom.